Hello everyone. In last class we have studied about the various type of network topologies, that how data transmission can be takes place in between the two workstations or in between the systems. So we have seen the all types of all classification of network topologies in the last lecture. In this lecture we are going to see the OSI model. OSI stands for Open System Interconnection. That is for communicating between the to how the data can be processed from the one end, starting end to the application end. So we can see the precise definition of OSI model, that is open system interconnection model. That is the OSI model is a conceptual model that characterizes and standardizes the communication functions of telecommunication or computing system without regard to its underlying internal structure and technology. That means how communication can be processed from the bottommost level to the upper level. So different types of layers are there in the OSI model. So there are total 7 number of layers exist in the OSI model. The model is called ISO OSI. ISO is for International System Organization. That OSI model is given by this International System Organization, and OSI stands for Open System Interconnection. It is a reference model because it deals with the connecting open systems that are open for communication with other systems. Each layer should perform a well-defined functions because it is the merging of seven layers. So each layer is having a different precise functions with respect to that layer. The function of each layer should be chosen according to the internationally standard protocols because it is defined by the ISO. That's why the function of each layer should be chosen according to the intentionally standardized protocols. Now you can see the 7 layers of OSI model. In that, first 3 layers are used for media layers and the uppermost 4 layers are known as the host layers. Now first layer is this layer you can see, that is known as a physical layer, that deals with the media signals and binary transmission, and the all bits, the final output in the terms of bits can be received in the physical layer. It is connected to the data link layer. The function of data link layer is it is used for MAC address and the physical addressing. The data flow will be in the terms of frames. The third layer is a network layer that is used for path determination, and for IP the data will be flow in terms of packets. Transport layer is used for end-to-end connections and to maintain the reliability, and the data will flow in terms of segments. And these are the uppermost layer, session layer, presentation layer, and the application layer. Work of session layer is that is used for inter-host communication. Presentation layer is used for data representation and encryption, how the data can be secured, and the application layer is network process to application. That means the final output you are getting on the web or any other channel which you want to exist. That is the work of application layer. Now the first layer is a physical layer, that is the bottommost layer of OSI model. It is responsible for actual physical connection between the devices. Such physical connection may be made by using twisted pair cable. As its name suggests, physical layer, that's why it is used for maintaining the physical connections between the devices. It is concerned with transmitting bits over a communication channel, transforming bits into signals. It defines the transmission rate because we are transforming bit from the device, and physical layer manages the way a device connects to a network media. So you can see in the diagram we are receiving data from the data link layer. Suppose these are the two devices. So in physical layer we are having the data in terms of bits. This is our transmission medium. You can use via cable, we can transmit the data from one device to other device, and we will receive that data in terms of bits on the second receiver end, and it will go to the data link layer. So this is the diagram for physical layer. Now the next layer is data link layer. It is responsible for node to node delivery of data. It receives the data from network layer and creates frames, add physical address to these frames and pass them to physical layer. As data link layer is used for, I have already told in the previous slides that it is used for frames, and we can define the physical address of that frame in the case of data link layer, and it will go to the physical layer. Now logical link layer, it is also known as a logical link layer, defines the methods and provides addressing information for communication between the network devices. Also medium access control is there in case of data link layer, that establishes the and maintains the link between the communication devices. Now you can see the diagram of data link layer. In that you can see the frame is there, and we have defined the physical addressing of that frame, and it is connected to the physical layer. That is for the transmitting end, and that is for the receiving end. We are getting the data in terms of bits, and it is connected to the data link layer, and it will go to the network layer on the receiver end, and we will receive data from the network layer on the transmitting end. Now the next type of layer is network layer. It is responsible for the source to destination delivery of packet across multiple networks. That means how the different networks can be communicated to each other. That is the work of network layer. If two systems are attached to a different networks with devices like routers, then network layer is used. That means we are used in the college, in the university, we use the routers to communicate to link the different networks. So thus the DLL oversees the delivery of the packets between the two systems on same network, and the network layer ensures that the packet gets its point to origin to its final destination. So the signal strength cannot be lost when we use the routers. So it deals with the end-to-end delivery of packets between the networks. For that we use the networking devices, where networking devices, routers, gateways, these are the inter-networking devices. Now functions of network layers are, that is inter-networking, routing and logical addressing. Now this is the diagram of network layer. You can see on the transmitter end we are getting the data from the transport layer, and it will go to the network layer. It deals with the logical address of that data on network. It will be in the terms of segments, and it will go to the data link layer, and same with the receiving end. Next layer is transport layer. It is responsible for process to process delivery of the entire message. Transfer layer looks after the delivery of entire message, considering all bits, packets, and make sure that all packets are in the order. On the other end, network layer treated each packet independently. So that is the difference between the transport layer and the network layer. Network layer treated each packet independently, but the transport layer treated all the packets and make sure that all packets are in the order. That is the work of transport layer. At the receiver side, transport layer provides services to application layer and takes services from the network layer. At the source side, transport layer receives message from the upper layer into packets and reassembles these packets again into message at the destination. So that is the work of transport layer. It is responsible for end-to-end transferring of data, all the packets from one end, transmitting end, to the receiving end. So that is the work of transport layer. There are different functions of transport layer that can be utilized, like port addressing, flow control and the error control. Now you can see the diagram of the transport layer. We are getting the data from the session layer, and in network layer we have seen that all network layer is used for the single packet, and you can see in the transport layer all packets are arranged in the transport layer, and we are getting that from the session layer, and it will go to the network layer in the single packets. That is for transmitting end, and same for the receiving end. It will go to the, in terms of bits, it will go to the physical layer, then data link layer, then network layer, and that will go to the transport layer, and it will reach to the higher upper level of layers. So that is the work of transport layer. The next layer we are going to see in the next lecture. Thank you.